Good morning, geeks and gamers. You never thought you'd see the two of us on a daily again. Well, you're in for a real treat. A
The D
special
plus
one.
team, huh?
I hit the live button on time and I got like this circle of death and I immediately went into panic mode. Back sweats, everything. Like just my face got all flushed. I was like, "Oh no, what is happening?" Like, do I have to hit the refresh? Do I have to like do every and then it just kicked over. So I don't know what happened.
StreamYards, man. What are you gonna do?
I don't know what happened, man. It was like I was just sitting there waiting. I was like, do I just let it go? Do we see what happens? But I don't know, man. Good morning to all of you. Good morning. If you're the Beardo, how are you?
I'm good, man. Listen, I get to hang out with my good friend Jay. So
And we hung
I'm
out
good.
before. So if my
We've hung
eye
out a
looks
few times, huh?
my eye looks a little puffy. Just so you know, the other day, me and Beardo, like you want to go to Universal and hang out? Just want to walk around, ride some rides. So I was like, yeah, no problem. So we did a little park hopping stream, sent Krista off on her way. And Beardo's like, Jay, you wanna ride the Velocicoaster? We got the fast passes. Yeah, let's ride the Velocicoaster. Oh God, Jeremy's in the chat. I don't know why. And I don't even know what he said. Let's just pretend he's not here.
Yeah, let's just ignore it.
We get on the ride, and I'm a little snug. I'm not gonna lie. So I hold on for dear life because there's a part where it goes upside down over the water. And once we like rolled over upside down, I don't know what happened, man. Beardo just started flailing like one of those blow up things that you see at used auto dealerships and just popped me right in the freaking eye. Everybody's laughing, having a good time, and I'm like, this is great. You're doing like 100 miles an hour, and I got bugs flying in my teeth. Oh man.
Yeah, I wanted to put my hands up. Like there's this one part where you go over and it's like almost a 90-degree drop, and I put my hands up and I put my hands in front of Jay, and I hear Jay say, "Careful now." And I'm like, it won't happen again. So then we go over the water, so I put my hands up and it jerked us, and in my hand, and I smacked Jay right in the face. I felt bad. It was still a good time though, right?
Because the rest of the night, I'm like, I had to walk around.
We went to go get a steak dinner, and Jay's like, "Yeah, the steak's really good."
Oh, I thought you would have paid for it, but you didn't.
No.
Everyone's tagging Jeremy. What is he saying in the chat? I haven't blocked, muted. I don't know. I just banned him from his own channel. That's all I have to say.
Man, wouldn't that be nice?
I will give Jeremy credit because usually when it's my time to run the show, he just kind of lets us do it. But he was like, I'm gonna help you out, Jay. I'm gonna make the thumbnail, I'm gonna set it all up for you. So it'll be a nice, smooth transaction. When everything happens. So
smooth transaction.
It was smooth. I didn't have to do
transaction. He's billing you for something.
I don't know about you, but he pays me quite well. He does.
Man.
Anyway,
wouldn't that be nice? I get bullied. I get made fun of. I get told to shave my beard. Beardo, you look like a bum. Beardo, you're fat. It's okay.
Let's see. Well, I unsubscribed from 3PO thinking it was Beardo's channel. My bad, Jay. No problem.
How do you make that mistake?
Last night we played a little Sea of Thieves. It was the Beardo's first time. Did you have a good time with that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Sea of Thieves was great. I wasn't expecting to play Sea of Thieves. X-Wing texted. He goes, hey, man, Jay really wants you to play Sea of Thieves tonight. So last night at the end of Tuesday night's main event, I was like, yeah, I might be playing some Sea of Thieves with Drunk 3PO. And Jay's like, the heck you are. You're not invited.
It wasn't my party, man. So it was just one of those things. But
it was a good time, man. It was a good time playing Pirates with Jay and X-Wing. It's a good time. I played that game maybe once before, like years ago. I had zero clue. Yeah, I started off, I was naked when I loaded in. I don't know why, but I found some clothes, so it was all good.
I don't know if Jeremy's still typing in the chat. I see a lot of people tagging him. I literally do not see him in StreamYard. Oh, there he is.
There he is. Yeah. Send them.
I don't know. You can just
send some super chats so I can read them.
He might need to be put in timeout. I'm not sure. I don't think that's the real Jeremy. I think that's a troll. So, one of the
Yeah. That's a bot account. It's D-Day Cobra. It would be Jeremy Prime if it's the real Jeremy.
Definitely. We are aware that I see a lot of people in the chat also talking about the stuff with Trump. I'm sure Jeremy will be going live to talk about all that stuff. He might even live stream over us since we're not doing a good job, according to him.
He's just going to go live.
Pretty wild stuff that's happening. We do have some breaking news about Skeleton Crew. I'm just going to jump into that because I think this is funny before we get into the Agatha stuff. So here is... Listen, the Skeleton Crew is the new Star Wars show coming out in December. I think it's a kid's show, whatever. It's Goonies in space and it's with pirates. But they released a picture this morning.
Oh, let's see it.
All right, let me show you. This was like this is the first picture that they showed.
The Wolfman.
Yeah, we got some interesting people here that are all pirates in the Skeleton Crew, but you gotta I'm gonna zoom in on one real quick because someone blew up his picture. That's Steve Urkel. I did not know Steve Urkel was going to be in the Skeleton Crew, and he plays a pirate called Gunther.
Gunther. Gunther the pirate, man.
I don't know, man.
Hey, you know what? Maybe this is the turning point. This is going to save Disney Star Wars. We didn't know we needed it, but we needed Steve Urkel in Star Wars.
Jaleel White, man. He does game shows. I met him in Tennessee. He was awesome. He was an awesome guy.
He's an awesome guy, a really good guy.
We hung out for a good minute, man, and he just talked shop, and how he's just he went through this phase where he was trying to break out of Steve Urkel,
right.
Where he's like, I don't want to be known for that. Then I guess he got to the point of acceptance. This is this is what it is, and now I'm gonna be now he's in Star Wars. But there it is. I never thought I'd see the day.
Well, there you go. Are you gonna watch the show, Jay?
What do you think? Maybe we'll see. Probably I'll probably do a breakdown. But I think it's just gonna be like back in my day, Beardo. Star Wars came out with a couple of shows that had Ewoks called the Ewok Adventure. And it was definitely geared to second graders. I mean, that's just what it was. It's just a cute kid show. When you look back on it today, they dropped in some kids that hung around with the Ewoks. But when you look at it today, Ewoks they eat people. So now that
this is true.
Now that I see it's
they do.
Now that I see it's maybe that wasn't such a good idea, but that's what I think this show is. They're gonna release it around Christmas time. I don't know. Maybe
do we know how many episodes it is? Nah.
And see, here's the star. This is Jude Law, and I'm telling you, They really trying to dress him up like a pirate here in Star Wars.
Yeah.
So even the gun looks like an old
blaster.
Yeah, it's like an old pirate gun. The rumor is this is a character that has Force powers and is a thief. He's figured out that he knows how to move stuff with the Force, and he's a thief. So these kids end up, I don't know. These kids end up in an adventure with these pirates. Again, it sounds like the Goonies. This is something like Goonies.
Right.
But,
yeah.
I don't know. A flintlock blaster.
Exactly, dude. A flintlock blaster. This is how much I knew about this show. I thought this was gonna be like animated, like the Clone Wars or Rebels or something like that. The Bad Batch. When I hear Skeleton Crew, a kids show, I was thinking cartoon, like animated.
I don't know, man. Like it's all right. To be honest, I've said this a million times. This is exactly what I thought Disney Plus Star Wars was gonna be. That's all I thought. I thought it was gonna be like more stuff for like a younger audience, probably more cartoons, things like that. I didn't know like the Disney Plus shows would be the staple of Star Wars. But here we are. So that this looks like something that I would have expected already on Disney Plus. Anyway, but you know what's dropping on Disney Plus? You know what's dropping on Disney Plus tonight?
Tonight. Oh, Agatha, huh?
Yeah. Agatha. And I'm sure they talked about it yesterday as being the gayest Marvel show ever.
That's what I heard.
I don't know who is hyped for this show other than a very small audience on Twitter. Because like Fandom Wire is like, hey man, how excited are you for Agatha All Along? On a scale of 0 to 10, how excited are you? Zero. I think I can't go any further because I think there's like a nudie, but
probably.
Yeah, so it's
Likely.
like 0. I don't know if this was the reaction they're looking for.
Dude, this show was dead on arrival. How many times did they rename this show? It was Agatha, the Darkness, Agatha. It's gone through at least like 4 or 5 different names. And the show was filmed a few years ago, and they're just now finally putting it out. It's dead on arrival, man. Nobody cares about Agatha.
To tell you the truth, like I said, I'm sure Ryan and Jeremy talked about this yesterday, but Fox News is now covering Agatha All Along star Cheers, the new show as gayest Marvel project yet ahead of Disney Plus premiere. This is like the Acolyte all over again, this time from Marvel. So
yeah, 100%.
It'll be an interesting train wreck to see how it goes. I get it. Like they tried to put something together to release for Halloween, I guess, that people could enjoy. But I do think Alan from Film Threat said it best, that they should not have named this Agatha. They should have named this like Hocus Pocus 3 or something like that. So that would have been a better, because it's just Agatha in name. There's no lore to break except for those that know who Agatha is in the comic books, except for this. This is like, I'm getting into a little comic book stuff. I don't know.
Hit us.
How much Beardo knows. But the big rumor is that this character here is supposed to be Mephisto. Which
really
is literally the devil in Marvel, if you don't know.
Right.
One of the most powerful villains in all of Marvel. That is the big rumor, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they can't possibly do that. They couldn't possibly put that in there as a swap, as a gender swap, and put Mephisto in there. Like that would be. I don't know what they were thinking.
A gender swap Mephisto. And the thing is, there was so many rumors about Mephisto for so long. We thought Mephisto was going to be in WandaVision, and then in Multiverse of Madness. Mephisto's kind of been rumored for so long. I would not be surprised if they do that for Agatha. And going back to the gayest Marvel show or movie of all time, did they not learn their lesson? They're literally in-house with Star Wars here, okay? Did they not learn anything from the Acolyte? And then they're going to, just a few weeks removed, they're going to double down and be like with the press, is this the gayest MCU show ever? Is this the gayest? That's what I've heard. And then one of the actors is like, well, yeah, hopefully it is, because that's what I signed up for. I wanted to be in the gayest MCU show ever.
Maybe they filmed it around. Maybe they filmed it around the same time, so they just started doing the same marketing. But
yeah,
I don't know. The thing is they're releasing. The thing is listen to me. They're releasing 2 episodes, I think, sometime tonight, to try to hook people in so that they'll want to stay throughout the entire series. It's such a weird thing that they're doing.
Right.
I don't even think Kevin Feige was at the premiere. So it makes you wonder. And like the embargo. So they sent it out, they sent out the first 4 episodes to critics. And usually what happens, they send it out and they're allowed to release. First, there's a social media embargo where they could talk about it on social media. They use the hashtag, they use a GIF. We see it all the time. And then there's another one where they're actually allowed to kind of review the show with limited spoilers and stuff like that. Well, they told everyone that you can't do that until after the show airs, which is like, it just shows that they have. This is a vote of no confidence.
Yep, it's a bad sign. It's a bad sign. Warning flags, red flags should be signaling off here. If these reviewers who got early access, if they're not allowed to say anything until after the show already airs, not a good sign. Not too much confidence for Agatha here within Disney and Marvel.
I had to skip through one. Like, everybody is just, on this post, like, please don't be Mephisto. Like, everyone is like, please, no, don't do that. Why would they do that? But I guess they will. Also, again, it seems like they filmed these 2 shows, The Acolyte, on the same set because it looks like we're getting lesbian witches all over again, just like in The Acolyte.
Yeah.
So, oh, man.
And it's just going to look cheap, man, because what's the thing that Disney uses for their budget shows? It's called the Vision. What's it called? What's that set that they use for all of their shows? What's it? The chat will know. The volume. They film it in the volume. And it's just cheap, man. It's cheap looking. And man, this is just, it's dead on arrival. Not good.
What was the point of the volume?
The volume. Like, it's just going to be cheap. Like, you're going to watch it and it's going to be like watching Kenobi. It's going to be like
big green screen room. The
big green screen room. That's like where they
lost
film
me there
all
for like
this
30
stuff.
seconds. I was
the
trying
volume. It's the big green screen room where they just do everything. It's a small set and it's a small contained. And when you're watching these shows like WandaVision or Kenobi or The Acolyte, and they've done it with several shows now, and you're watching it and you look at it, you're like, man, this just feels cheap. You feel like you were robbed. And when they film it in the volume, how do they justify these
ridiculous budgets? No, we don't know the budget. Like, they've been pretty good at kind of keeping this quiet. Unless it's out there somewhere.
They do lack soul. They lack soul is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
When it's filmed in the volume,
Jay,
man.
if it's Acolyte 2.0, you might be able to get to 200K. Man, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see. It wouldn't surprise me if they put Mephisto in there just because they got to add... In every one of these shows that they have no confidence, they got to add something that will, I guess, get social media talking. Just like the Acolyte had to add Plagueis and Yoda just to be like, ooh, they're in there. Let's go see.
Right. But in this case, I feel like it's more of Disney just cannot freaking help themselves. They cannot help themselves with gender swapping and race swapping pivotal characters. Just look at what they're doing with the Fantastic Four. The Silver Surfer is one of the coolest characters in all of Marvel. And what do? Oh, they have to gender swap Silver Surfer and make it a chick. What are we going to do with Mephisto? The fans have been wondering, where's Mephisto at this entire time? Well, here's Mephisto, and guess what? It's a chick.
Yeah, see, the thing is, now that they've cracked open the multiverse, they can do whatever they want. That was my biggest fear, is that they can gender, they could rate, they could swap out and make them whatever they want and just blame it on the multiverse. That's all they have to do. So if it is Mephisto and everyone's like, wait, what are you doing? You shouldn't do that. Then it's like, no. It was like from planet 784B. It's not It's
It's
not
not
the
the
real one.
Mephisto.
Yeah, so you know.
But
Look
what
at
they'll do
this.
is like this. I've seen the first 4 episodes. Acolyte comparisons are accurate.
There it is.
Well, there you go.
The crazy thing is, it doesn't take a genius to it could be someone silly like myself to notice that and go, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But
what
Frank
we're
is a
doing.
genius.
And it was his birthday the other day. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Frank.
All right. Beardo with super chats. What could go wrong? You're gonna have to check
boy.
Rumble for me too, because for some reason,
Sure, I can do that. Let me just
we'll just start
pull up Rumble on the good old internet here. Let's see. Darth Gavel with a $2. 1 minute of gayness is still gay.
Correct.
Yeah, facts. Among Us with a 6-month recommitment. Best picture ever. Jeremy said Beardo fat. Yeah, a lot of you guys won't say that to my face, though. B Chain with a $2. That's what we call domestic abuse. Okay.
Yeah. What if we made a Beardo fat shirt and everybody wore them in San Antonio?
All right. Let's get working on it.
I think
Spirian. I'd wear it. Fuck it. Spirian. As long as I'm getting a cut out of it, then I'll be okay with this.
I've been around here a long time. There's no cuts.
Yeah, you're probably right. Spirian with a $3 with a $3 super sticker. Thank you, Spirian. Space Digger with a $2. Beardo's like, wait, you get paid? You get paid? Dave Filoni's dog with a $5. Dave feeds me bananas because of the shape, not the taste. I'd rather eat grapes and chocolate.
Grapes and chocolate. All right.
Yeah, they're not good for dogs. Grapes and chocolate, not good for dogs. I think he's saying he wants to leave this place. Crimson Cyborg with a $1.99. Harambe didn't die for this.
Yeah.
Shout out to Harambe, R.I.P. Jonathan Staten with a $1.99. What
that
are
picture,
we, some
man?
sort of skeleton crew? Look at that guy. Huh? Is that prom? Your senior prom, huh? Thank you, Jonathan. Helping develop the youth here. Braden Rose.
Why don't you have a job? It's 11 o'clock.
Come on. Hopefully he does have a job and he's not in college. This college is a freaking scam. Raiden Roach with a $2. Beardo, you're good people. Jay Goonies never die.
No, they don't.
They don't.
Actually, you know what's cool is there's a good possibility. I've shared this a million times that I will be touring inside the Goonies house in October. So we're hoping that that's going to happen because the family that lives there, I've spoken with them, or someone that knows the family. Anyway, my people knew their people and our people were all connected. And,
it's my wedding. I'm 22. Oh, there you go. Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Senior prom. You're insulting the
What do you mean? That could very easily be a senior prom. It's my wedding. I'm 22.
Congratulations. Anyway,
John, 22, married at 22. We'll check in 5 years. We'll check in 5 years. See if your profile picture is updated to your second wedding.
He's gonna make it. He watches Geeks and Gamers. He's a fan. He sends super chats. He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it.
He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it on his second try.
No, man, don't put that curse on people. Anyway, what I was saying is unfortunately, it's going to be like right up to the day of Halloween, and the family wasn't going to be in town, but they're trying to work it out. So if I don't get it, but I will be there. I'm going to be there, like filming like locations for the vlog channel. It's going to be fun. So
nice.
You may continue.
I'm proud of you, man.
Good luck with the match, brother. I'm rooting for you.
I'm rooting for you too, John. I'm rooting for you too. B Chain with a $10. If Star Wars was healthy and well managed, you'd have a bunch of series spanning many genres of TV, sports dramas, kids shows, horror, all set in the Star Wars universe. But that didn't happen.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. We would be getting a plethora of different type of genre in Star Wars. Horror, children, They can even do some of that stuff for the weird people online, and then it would work. But no, here we are.
Here we are.
Sitting on our phones.
Smegheads with a $5. Isn't this exactly the way Disney wants it to be? Reeking of sexual identity politics in children's shows. Sounds like Disney of today. Yeah,
I did hear you get to see the main character, Catherine. You get to see who plays Agatha. People are saying online. I don't know if Chris Gore can let us know if this is true or not. If he's still here, but apparently she's naked in the film, and you get to see her buttocks.
You get to see her booty.
Apparently so. I don't know. So,
all right. Well, at least there's something to look forward to.
Hold on a second, John.
The Acolyte. What happened?
Jay is a horrible grifter. He can't do it right. I know, man.
Hey, there's
tough.
There's always room for improvement. Okay,
tough sitting on millions. Look at all this. This is a real picture, by the way. This is my.
It's true. I've been there.
I'm a terrible grifter, but that's an inside joke.
Let's see. The Hidden Bee with a $5, showing support for the D+ team. Hail. Hail all and keep up the good work. Thank you, Hidden Bee with the 5.
Big D team.
The big sweaty D team. X-Wing with a $10. Marvel and Lucasfilm lady cycles are syncing up. Hail brothers.
Oh, dude.
I heard that happens.
Lesbian witches all around. Marvel gets lesbian witches. Star Wars gets lesbian witches. Who's next?
Who's
gonna
next?
End up in our Transformers?
Toy Story 5.
Yeah, you get lesbian witches.
Lesbian witches. Remember Bo Peep? Well, her and
All right, now you're pushing it.
All right, sorry. Well, I mean, come on. Let's be serious here. Sons and Shadows with a $2. All of the times Marvel needs a pullout game. All of the times Marvel's needs a pullout game. Sure. Thank you. Oh my goodness, DJ with the $50. Beardo's beard is looking awfully oily. I can see the dandruff on his shirt. Also, hearing 3PO read, and he was a teacher.
Still am.
Fucking wonder we need to keep our kids out of public schools. Agreed. Homeschool your kids so they don't end up like me and Jay.
Listen, you want to know something pretty cool? In October, I think October 15th, I'm being honored at my old school.
Really?
And yeah, I'll film a little bit of it when I get there. So I got to go back to the school I used to work for, and they're raising the basketball banner because I was the basketball coach as well. They're gonna raise the banner where we won a championship the year I coached basketball. So one of the years we won a championship. They finally got this really cool banner. They called me if I'd come out and speak to the school and be like, "Yeah, you could be like." So yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, they're gonna I get to help raise the banner, and they brought back some of the old students that were, I mean, they're not that old, they're still in college that played, and half of them got scholarships from that basketball squad. So pretty neat, man. Pretty neat.
Heck yeah, man. B. Barrett over on Rumble with a $2. Matt Walsh's man bun wig is less gay than Dan's actual man bun.
Agreed.
Pat with a $2. I emailed a clip to Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers Daily August 28th with Jeremy and Beardo arguing about Robert Pattinson in The Batman. Beardo silenced Jeremy with 3 words. I did? Okay. Vault 95 Survivor with $1. Looking forward to another episode of Bro Science today. Spent the weekend catching up on every episode, including the special high tea episode before episode 1 of Bro Science. Hey, shout out Vault 95 Survivor. Thank you very much for the $1 and the kind words. Valkyria Winter with a $5. Was that wolf thing in Skeleton Crew meant to be a Cather? Because Cather are cats, not a dog. I'll just stick to Star Wars, The Old Republic. Gotcha. Icanalist with a $5. Agatha, the show for people that never cared about Marvel by people who never cared about Marvel. Bronze Knight with $1. Dumbass general audience and normie MCU fans barely know Mephisto or care. He's only interesting when he is paired up with Spider-Man, Daredevil, Doctor Doom, the Beyonder, or something interesting. Yeah, you're not wrong. Nader's Bricks with $1 says, for Ben, Beardo's fat. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. Darth Gavel with $5. Breaking third assassination attempt. Bomb found in a car near Long Island Trump rally. Yeah, that's the news. That's happened just this morning, right?
I'm trying to just keep monitoring it to see, but yeah, they found like explosives and stuff. Like he's got a ton of people, coming to. It's in New York, so for another, Trump rally.
Mm-hmm.
And they found explosives. So, and it's what a crazy, man. Like that's a whole nother conversation. So, are we all caught up?
No.
Oh,
no, I was just letting you go. Yo Jitsu with $5. Any bets on Agatha having a power of many scene in it?
Yes, because all the witches come together. All the witches come together and do something. So maybe there will be a power of many.
Wouldn't doubt it. Rissa Faye with a 1 month. Beardo, shave your cheeks. I'm going to not shave my cheeks even harder now. Thank you. Among Us for $2. It's okay, Beardo. Best super chat reader ever. Thank you. I've heard that before. Yasuke for $5. My understand is Jeremy is ignorant when it comes to giving out raises. What a guy.
Bad guy.
What a bad guy. Y'all do a great job. Thank you.
We see what you did there. Well, who didn't do a great job is MrBeast. Listen, we talked about a little bit on Tuesday. Actually, the news broke on Tuesday night's main event that MrBeast and Amazon is being sued, and we'll go over some of the things in the documents. But I want to pull up this post right here. It says MrBeast crew allegedly compared his new reality show to the infamous Fi. I think I said that right. Festival, the Fi Festival. Do you know what the Fi Festival is?
I have zero clue what it is.
Okay, there is a documentary on Netflix about this festival. So apparently some guy that had like some fire. Did I say Fire Festival? Man,
you did say
bad.
Fi.
Anyway, fire. I got it. I thought I didn't know it was spelled with a Y. Anyway, the Fire Festival. There's a documentary on Netflix about this event that happened, right? So this guy comes out, he's like, I got an idea. I'm gonna rent out an island, get a bunch of teenagers to buy a ticket to a great big music festival, and it's gonna be like a big, I don't know, like a Woodstock kind of thing. Well, he got all this money to put this festival together. It's a crazy documentary. They use footage of people that actually went. They talked to the police, and they promised Chad will correct me again. It was 3 days. 3 days of music, food is included, places to stay, all that stuff. It's all included if you buy this one ticket. So all these young people bought this ticket, right? To go to this festival.
Right.
And this is what they had to sleep in, these pop-up tents. The food was like slices of bread with slices of lunch meat. They didn't have enough water on the stay. There wasn't enough security. There was horrible things that were happening at night. People were going crazy because it wasn't taken care of. So the guy ended up getting caught and being put in jail. It was one of the biggest scams ever. He did have musical talent show up, but they just flew in. They sang a couple songs and then they left. But all the people that had to stay there at night and everything, it was freaking crazy, man. It was freaking crazy. I recommend, if you have Netflix, to watch that to watch that documentary.
The documentary.
Because it was insane, dude. It was insane. Like, I don't know how they look at it. There's a Minority Home. I don't know how they got away with it. And like, I don't know if anybody died, but someone could correct me. But the documentary is crazy. How this guy just was able to. He promoted it all over because he had basically what he did was, if I can get a big name band to say yes, I'll perform, then that was going to be the advertising. So then you could sell tickets for whatever. And then it was like, so they got like a couple bands that said, yeah, we'll do it. And then he went all over the place because they're like, oh, he's attached to this band. He's attached to this band. He's attached to this band. So, yeah, Steph says if they're comparing the MrBeast reality show to a fire festival, that's really bad. What I say, fry? Yeah. Yeah. But so the allegations for, let's pull this up for the lawsuit.
The bad working conditions, sexual harassment.
Yeah, there it is. Want to like
paid to pay minimum wages and overtime. Failed to prevent sexual harassment. Participants weren't provided uninterrupted meal breaks and rest breaks. Several contestants ended up hospitalized. Others reported suffering physical and mental complications while being subjected to chronic mistreatment. This is wild, dude. This is wild.
The fact that MrBeast got
hostile working conditions,
$100 million to do this show, and this is the stuff that's coming out now. You've got Amazon involved. I don't know, man. Like either they can just go through it and they'll come out and say no, it wasn't like that. These are just a few people that were upset, and then. Or it could be something a little more serious. But the thing is, MrBeast started off making videos on YouTube with his friends doing like silly stunts, basically. Right? Like that's how it got started.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
just doing silly stuff.
As it started like progressing, he got a little more elaborate. He basically spent a lot of money in his videos and and just did things like that. But he always tried to like in listening to his interviews, he always tried to one up the next one, right? Like, so he's like, we've got to spend more money and we've got to do more and we've got to do more because the views were like he was talking about like how the views started like fading, so he tried to do something else. But his early on videos were like they would rent out like a roller coaster at some small fair. And they would just ride it all day and film it. Now he's got $100 million, right? You give this kid from North Carolina $100 million to get contestants to do something. I don't know if he just wasn't prepared for it. I'm not trying to like defend the man or anything, but you look at there's a couple devil's advocate things here. Today's generation is kind of soft. Right. So can we just be honest? Not everyone, but today's generation is they're kind of weak.
The Gen Zers, man, they're on a different level.
So you wonder if like some of them just get misgendered or they didn't use their proper pronouns. If they put that into sexual harassment, I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Like I'm not saying that that's the case. But we've seen that happen before. It's like, they won't use my preferred pronouns on the set. I'm being sexually harassed.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
And this is Beast Games. So is this, because he did his Squid Games kind of mock-up, like the real life Squid Games. Is this kind of like his version of that? They're making it a real thing. Listen, I know nothing about MrBeast. I've never watched a MrBeast video. They're for kids. So is this like,
I don't know. It's like Amazon decided like this is the number one YouTuber. He's world famous. Everybody knows who he is. So let's just do a show together. Let's see what he can do with $100 million budget. But here it's like several contestants ended up hospitalized. So obviously they didn't have the right people in place to keep people safe. Others reported suffering physical and mental complications while being subject to chronic mistreatment. I don't know where that falls in line. Chronic mistreatment.
Chronic mistreatment.
That could
that could mean anything.
That's what I'm saying. That
Degradation.
They're not using my pronouns. Like the bathroom wasn't cleaned. I don't know. Degradation and
for the female contestants, hostile working conditions. What does that mean? They weren't pampered. They weren't given their makeup and their mascara.
It could be a million things. That's what we won't know until this thing comes out. Now, with people suing Amazon, do they think that Amazon will just be like, all right, we got a good show here. Can we just lock this lawsuit down and just pay these people off and let's move on? You know, a lot of times when Disney gets sued, they drag it out. If it doesn't get thrown out to a certain point, they settle out of court. A lot of these big corporations just settle out of court because they don't want to deal with it, right? So it makes you wonder if that was a motive. I don't know. I don't know, but participants weren't provided uninterrupted meal breaks and rest breaks. What does that mean? Uninterrupted.
Uninterrupted means like lunchtime. We're taking a break lunchtime. You guys have an hour where it's like, listen,
I get that.
You got to know what you're signing up for. You got to know what you're signing up for. If this is something with the Beast Games, whatever it is, like, and if you have to always be on your toes and ready for something to happen, like within this game show that you have signed up for, you got to know what you signed up for. Okay. Not everything is going to be pampered for you and laid out on a fucking silver platter, where if you're competing for, I'm guessing, a lot of fucking money, maybe it's part of it. You might get a snack time. You might get a tuna sandwich or a turkey sandwich. And then we're going back to business, okay? You don't just get an hour or 2 hours just to get your Starbucks.
Well, that's the thing. Like, this is the big one, the sexual harassment. And then also, if you weren't paying people what they were supposed to be paid, so are those staffers that were hired from Amazon? You know, so all that's... that's true. I personally think no matter what, Amazon's going to show this because, you know, they spend a lot of money on this, and whatever happens in court is going to happen. So, Jay, pay attention to My Nerdy Home. I do. I highlighted her twice.
Maybe you should read the lawsuit, Beardo. I didn't. So I'm just going based off of what this article told me.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, but the biggest YouTuber, it's been quite the year for MrBeast. Could this be the end? Could this be the end of MrBeast? Could he just say, you know what? I've had enough. I'm just going to...
I don't think so.
Sell my Lunchables and be done with it.
Sell his Lunchlies. And I don't think he's done, man. He's almost hit a point where he's too big to be canceled. But you never know.
But the thing is what else can he possibly do?
He doesn't need to do anything for the rest of his life. He's got enough money for his kids, his grandkids, and his great-grandkids.
I get that, but some people they just need to keep working because that's all they have. You know, like that's all. Yeah, who knows? Anyway, but you want to know what was really cool?
What's cool?
We're going to shift gears and then Beardo will read some super chats. Listen, this came up on my timeline. Listen, we talked about Gen Z being weak and soft, and not all of them are. All right? But back in my day, they had toys for the most horrific R-rated movies that you were not allowed to let kids go and see. They still sold toys.
They're unstoppable, and we've got to give it our best shot. Run to the Marines! We're the Space Marines. Drake, Ripley, 8-Bone, efficient. And I'm Hicks, armed with the latest high-tech heavy metal. Queen alien breathing down your back? I blast her with the bug rocker. Button heads with a bull alien? Ripley frags him with the turbo torch. Alien invasion problem?
Send in the Marines!
Dude.
That's badass. That's cool, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why our generation was tough. Mom, can we go see Aliens? You're too young. Shut up. But here, play with the toys since you're going to watch it anyway.
Instead. Yeah.
You know?
Dude, I grew up. I was
buy
watching
the comic books. Here's the books. Here's everything.
Dude, I remember one of the first DVDs I owned was The Matrix, and I'm watching that at like 5 years old.
Old man Jay. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I still think like that. It's crazy that there was a generation of people that they sold Michael Myers toys to kids, right? They sold Friday the 13th. They sold all that stuff. They sold Freddy. They sold all that stuff to kids, man. They're like, we know you technically are not allowed to watch this film, but we're gonna make toys anyway. Yes, right here. Hold on. RoboCop, Rambo, Police Academy, all the R-rated movies, they made toys for kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's freaking awesome, man. That's what it's all about. You think they could get away with that today? Absolutely not. They're going to have to put the genders and all that stuff on these, you know. They're not coming out with like an Aliens plushie for kids. Those are for adults. It's pretty awesome. What a time to be alive. Now we got to deal with all this lesbian witches.
Lesbian witches, man. Which is a show literally made for kids where apparently they're going to show, what's her name? Catherine Hahn. They're going to show her booty in the show.
Will that be the first, like, semi-nudity thing in, like, on Disney Plus? No, they have rated R. Do they have rated R? I don't even know.
They have Deadpool. Deadpool's on Disney Plus.
Is there nudity in that, though? There's no nudity. I mean, but...
No, there's implied
rated
nudity.
R, but yeah.
You might see a little bit, like, you might see a butt here and there.
Okay.
All right. That was cool. XR Coon with the $5. Glad to see the high T team running things. I agree with Jay, and Beardo's shirt was red. You're damn right. Thank you. Edward with the $2. Fire Festival, you damn boomers. Love y'all, though.
Sorry.
Well, that was Jay, not me.
It was me.
Beardo licks windows with a $5. Fuck Agatha. I'm going to watch the Penguin show. I've loved the gang and mobster stuff Matt Reeves has done with Batman. Colin as Penguin is also goated. Yeah, Colin Farrell.
What do you think about that? You going to watch the Penguin?
Heck yeah, I'm going to watch it. I love Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
Did you see this?
No. What is this?
The Penguin director discussed why Oswald Cobblepot's name is shortened, and the speculation connection to the Court of Owls.
Well, there was speculation to the Court of Owls in the first Batman movie, the Batman, the Robert Pattinson Batman, with his family's ties to maybe the Court of Owls, and there was a lot of nods, like some of the I guess cards that the Riddler was leaving Batman. One was an owl, so a lot of people were speculating, oh, the Court of Owls. Court of Owls is a really cool run for Batman. So I wouldn't be surprised if like the deeper underlying kind of like arc for Matt Reeves' Batman trilogy is the Court of Owls. So I'd like to listen
that
to what
would
he
have
says,
to be a dark rated R.
Well,
Batman film if they did the Court of Owls. They
get
one shot to put that on the big screen, dude. They can't mess that up. They can't mess that up. That was a very good run. So I didn't even know about it till actually Ryan introduced me to the Court of Owls like 2 years ago.
Oh, the Court of Owls is awesome.
Yeah. So I was like, I have no idea what this is. Explain it to me. And when he did, I was like, oh my God, that sounds freaking amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty much just like the cabal.
It's a secret society.
It's a secret society, the elites of Gotham. So, and the Waynes were obviously involved in the Court of Owls. It's either Batman versus Robin or Son of Batman, the animated movies. I think it's Batman versus Robin, the animated movie, that does the Court of Owls. And it does it well.
Yeah, but I'm saying live action, you get one shot.
Do we want to listen to what he said? I want to hear his comments.
Oh, okay, sure. Sorry about that.
The Illuminati of Gotham. That's a good
of the name.
example.
Sorry about that. Can you hear it? You ready?
Yeah.
The shortening of the name from Oswald Cobblepot to Oz Cobbs, because some fans have noticed that with that shortening, they've speculated that he has a connection to William Cobb, who's connected to the Court of Owls. Was that intentional, or was that shortening just accidental?
I can't 100% answer that, but because I don't know everything in Matt Reeves's mind. But I would say that largely we all kind of felt like Cobblepot wasn't a real person's name. It's like how the Riddler was Edward Enigma. It was kind of a silly name back in the day when that was okay because it was comic books for kids. But so in some ways I think the goal was to just try to find a more grounded and rooted name. I also know that that's upset some fans, and that I hope that they can forgive us and still like the show because it's I think it's not a huge sin if
It is a huge sin.
I hate that excuse. I hate that.
Yeah. L.
Listen.
That's an L take, man. I was hoping he was going to say something about the Court of Owls.
Yeah, dude. Because what you're doing
now he just wrecked it for me. Forget that show.
What you're doing is you're undermining and you're disrespecting the creators that came before, who purposely named the Riddler Enigma, Oswald Cobblepot. Like you're disrespecting the creators that came before you, man. Edward Enigma, like, come on, man.
We just didn't think it was a real name.
It's just not a real name. It's funny
honestly,
sounding.
That's how a lot of Hollywood people think when it comes to these comic book movies and characters and stuff. They just don't care. They're just like, that's not really a real thing. So let's just change it. No one cares about Mephisto. Let's just throw it in there. What's that?
Yeah, let's just make Mephisto a chick.
So, yeah, no one's going to care. Nobody even knows who that character is anyway. So who cares?
Unless, okay.
They're going to make Mephisto gay and a girl.
They might make Mephisto gay. But the fact that it's a girl, okay, man, I'm writing it for them, and I'm not trying to play devil's advocate or cope for them. But, there's stories, there's campfire stories, and there's stuff about when the devil tries to approach you or appear to you in real life. He'll come to you in a version of a very attractive female to try to lure you in, and then reveals himself as, the beast or whatever. In folklore and stuff with like people, there's those scary stories where people are like, oh yeah, there was a super hot chick, and then I looked down and realized that she had hooves, and all of a sudden it was a fucking dude standing in front of me. So I'm not trying to cope for the show, but if they do have Mephisto being a chick at first and then later he shapeshifts into, Mephisto, that could be true, that could happen, but I don't think they're smart enough to do that.
No. Probably by that time, no one's even going to watch. So,
yeah.
All right, we're almost at time. Look at that.
There we go. We did it, Jay. Low _ with a $5. Could be worse. They weren't compared to DashCon, where there was an infamous pissing in the ball pit.
Ooh.
Well, that's
not all the information.
Every Chuck E. Cheese ever.
Not every information. Not all the information is out yet, so there's still hope.
Gregory Leiber with a $2. Fee-fi for fum. What festival you come from?
I never went to a festival. I take it back. I would go to things like the Strawberry Festival, the Peach Cobbler Festival. Had to be a food festival. I never went to a music festival.
I went to one music festival.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a rave or anything. It was a rock festival. Jacob Walker with a 199. Fear the Chin Beardo. Thank you. Red Mage with a $20. Have these people never seen Survivor? That show has been going on for 20 plus years. And even though it's a TV show, I'm pretty sure they deal with much worse than what the MrBeast show contestants had to go through.
One. I don't think there was one, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I don't think there's been one lawsuit against Survivor. And there has been people that have been carted off the show because whatever reason, they pass out, they can't handle it, whatever. So
I think Survivor's so funny.
I applied to be on that show 4 times.
Okay, this is why Survivor's funny. Okay, we're gonna take a whole bunch of Americans, and we're gonna put them on an island that's already inhabited.
Yeah, where people already live.
Where people already live there, and we're gonna put them on a show and put them in certain circumstances and ways of living that other people in third world countries live with every day. But we're gonna make it a game show and call it Survivor.
Hey man, it worked.
It works. I used to watch Survivor back in the day.
I also applied for Naked and Afraid, but they didn't take me.
Oh, well, nobody wants to see that. Ronan the Crusader for 16 months. Hey Beardo, you learned to shave yet? Thank you. Chad Admiral Thrawn with a $2. Look up the Queen Hive ad by Kenner.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one too.
Let's see here. We have Sierra Tan with the 17 months. Hail, Geeks and Gamers. Hey, hail to you. Thank you. Savvy's history teacher with the $2. It was a pink shirt due to your blue lights. Potentially.
Savvy's history teacher.
They didn't do a good job. Elena Walker with a $5. I'm an 80s baby, and my mom would let me watch horror movies with her. I remember her taking me to see the OG Pet Cemetery and every Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's awesome.
That's a based mom right there.
Usually, like the biggest cable thing that came out when we were growing up was HBO. And then like after like 9 o'clock, they would show like these horror films. So me and my brother would sneak downstairs and watch and be scared out of our minds.
Let's see here. Geeks and Gamers play highlights with a $5. They had the Court of Owls in the CW DEI show Gotham Knights. Good news is that show was a memory hold because no one watched it. Yeah, that's Gotham Knights is such a stupid concept.
Interesting.
Such a stupid concept.
I have no memory or anything about that show.
The Batman universe is only interesting if Batman's in it. You take Batman out, nobody really gives a fuck. Creechian with the $10. Edward Nigma balls. Okay, thank you. B Chain with the $5. A guy would come into my shop with the last name.
Thank you.
For fuck's sake, thank you. Spider Cowboy with the $2. Comic books for kids. Fuck you. What?
Yeah.
Spirian with the $5. Awesome show this morning, Jay and Beardo. Hey, thank you, Spirian. Mike C with the $5. Changing the original name, Nigmas be tripping. All right, that's good. That's good. VHS Capture with a $20. Parents didn't care back in the day. I remember watching Night of the Demons, other horror films, front and center as a kid while my parents sipped on beer. Took my kids' sisters to go see The Exorcist Believer when it came out. Dude, I watched Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street and all those scary movies as a kid.
I was good until like I think the first time I saw The Exorcist, I was pretty messed up. I was scared out of my mind. That was freaking nuts. And you can go visit the steps. They filmed it in Georgetown in Washington D.C. And every year around Halloween, like everybody would go to those steps. The steps is where the priest was killed at the very end of the film, and it's like you could go there and get a picture, like the Joker steps.
Yeah. So The Omen. The Omen's a good one I watched as a kid.
That was wild.
Yeah, The Omen. Jason Yankovic with a $5. They're going to make Mephisto a woman in the gayest Marvel show ever. Are they going to change his name to Fisto?
Guess
you never know. You never know. Vault 95 Survivor over on Rumble for $1. Says bro science on Rumble today? Probably not. Probably not. I got to figure some things out. I don't know how to set up Rumble streams. Maybe I'll learn myself.
It's pretty simple.
We're all caught up, Jay.
That's it.
Perfect.
Man, look at that.
Too.
Right on time.
Let's go. That's what you get with the big D+ team, huh?
That's how we run a tight ship around here. Look what just was reported, and we don't have to go into it, but I mean, so basically, Transformers G.I. Joe is confirmed to be the next live-action Transformers film, and they got Bruce Willis out there. Come on, man, you know he's not going to be.
Bruce Willis ain't acting. He ain't doing it.
They could have used a better photo. That's all I'm saying,
dude. If Michael Bay's not directing it, I'm not watching.
I did like Beast Wars.
I tried watching it. I fell asleep.
It was a dumb, fun movie for me at the end. It all came together. Y'all missed my super chat. It says Savvy's history teacher.
I read it.
No, we did read it.
We read it.
We did read it. Anyway, what you got going on? You got Bro Science coming up?
Bro Science at 4 p.m. Eastern. Me, X-Wing, and Dan Vast will be back today.
Rippa bullied you to change the time.
That's the rumor, but that's not why.
Yeah.
That's not why. No, we had to switch the time so X-Wing could keep making. Dude, X-Wing was taking off time of work. He was using his sick time to make the show, and he ran out.
So all my future YouTubers, don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, just don't do that.
So we switched the time to 4 so X-Wing can make it.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Weird Robot over on Rumble for $2. Jay, where I get one of those hats?
This is Meta PC hat. So they sent it to me after they hooked me up with that Welcome to Rebellion computer. So if you go to Meta PC, you can get it at the Meta PC shop. And also, if you're looking for a new computer, use code 199. No. The code changed, did it not?
I don't think it's changed yet.
So
we would have been told, right?
Code 199 and order a Meta PC. Oh no, yeah, it did change. G199.
It's G199 now.
Yeah, we're trying to like put everything together here.
Cool. So G199 for Meta PCs. Shout out. I got myself a beefy Meta PC. Thing's awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking at a laptop. Like that's my next.
Ooh, there you go. NDI with the $2. Explosive found near Trump's rally today. Third attempt.
Yeah, we talked about that. We're waiting on all the information because some people saying it was a drill, some people saying it wasn't real, some people saying yes. So it's it's all those
crazy
things.
stuff.
But anyway,
yeah,
thank you guys for. Oh,
sorry, no, I was just saying, Bro Science later today, 4 p.m.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I will be going live on my Welcome to the Rebellion podcast channel Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Everybody was asking me to do some political stuff. I guess they like laughing at my takes. So there it is.
Cool.
So that will be tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. If you're not, it's where all my podcast stuff is going to be from now on. So Benny Johnson said false report guy in custody. Interesting. Well, I'm sure Jeremy will have something up on the D-Day Cobra, and we will go from there. That's it from all of us to all of you. Thank you for joining us on another Geeks and Gamers Daily